I was once at a conference with other sex and relationship experts in which one of the presenters said that jealousy doesn't exist. She was essentially arguing that jealousy isn't even real. It is a feeling that arises from another thing. It is masquerading as a real thing, but it's essentially something that we made up as a culture. And I don't agree. Also, I don't think that's a very useful way of thinking about jealousy. Jealousy, in my experience, is real. Even if it arises from something else, it still feels very real when I'm experiencing it. And maybe you've experienced it too. Watching your partner get hit on by someone else, watching her give extra special attention and smile and wink and wiggle her butt at someone else, maybe dancing with someone on the dance floor. Maybe it's not even another guy. Maybe she's lavishing one of her friends or even her own kid with attention when suddenly you feel it. A pang, a uncomfortable feeling, a mix of possessiveness and fear and anger and jealousy. In this video, I'm going to talk about jealousy and insecurity, where they come from and how to overcome them in 5 simple steps so that you can get free of the evil green monster before it ruins you. But why even deal with this? Well, most of us experience jealousy, and most of us do not like that experience. Unchecked jealousy can damage your relationships. It can cause paralysis in you because you don't know how to move or act or be. But trust me, you do not have to be a slave to this emotion. Jealousy is ugly and unattractive, and it is a huge problem for a lot of people. And the same is true of insecurity, which is defined as uncertainty or anxiety about oneself or a lack of confidence. And if you are a subscriber, which you should be because it's awesome over here, you will know that insecurity is just about the most unattractive trait that a person can display. And if you're a man and you are displaying insecurity, you are going to look less and less desirable as a partner. And by the way, if you identify as a jealous person, you're not alone. For many years of my own relationships, I identified as a jealous person, but I figured it out. So if that's you, know that I was just like you, and here I am in the jealous recovery club, Population Us. And if you are in this club or you are interested in membership, please write in the comments, Caitlin, I too am going to recover from jealousy and no longer identify as an insecure person. Bam! But first, what even is jealousy? Jealousy is an overwhelming feeling of insecurity about a potential loss or inequity in distribution of resources, meaning that you're getting less than someone else. The term is often associated with being possessive of another person, such as a partner or a friend. And in our culture, jealousy and possessiveness are literally revered as signs of romantic love in monogamous relationships. Like, if you're not jealous, do you even love me? This is not healthy, nor does it have to be this way. Jealousy itself is an emotion that we are taught. It is not something that we are born with, because different cultures have different relationships with jealousy, which lets us know that it is not just an innate human trait. Which brings me to a really important word that I'm delighted to be sharing with you, which is compersion. The word compersion comes to us from the non-monogamy community, which are people who are having ethical relationships with more than one person at the same time. And it can loosely be defined as the opposite of jealousy. So instead of feeling upset or threatened when your partner is romantically or sexually interacting with another person, you feel a sense of happiness for them. In other words, their happiness makes you happy, even if their happiness is them connecting with, flirting with, engaging with another person. And the reason that I share this is because jealousy is not a standard issue emotion in relationships. Some people are born feeling jealousy and they're able to feel compersion. And whether or not you are non-monogamous, you are able to feel compersion, happiness for your partner's happiness. And I'm going to teach you how. So here are my 5 steps for dealing with jealousy and insecurity in a relationship. And these are the 5 steps that I personally went through to get to where I am today. Number 1, get aware. Awareness is always the first step. Name the feeling and observe it without acting on it. We feel that rush of jealousy. Our breathing shortens. We feel our heart beating in our chest. Call it what it is. Oh my gosh, I am experiencing an attack of jealousy right now. Acting too soon on jealousy is how we end up hurting ourselves and others. Being aware of, oh my gosh, I am feeling jealousy right now. Not I am jealous, not my life is over, not I have to divorce my partner. Just wow, I am experiencing jealousy is step number one. Step number two, perform a reality check. Ask yourself, has someone overstepped my boundary? AKA, has someone actually broken an agreement? Am I really being injured in this moment? So, for example, you are at a party and you look over and all of a sudden you see your partner making out with another person. Well, if you have an agreement in place that you're not allowed to just make out with other people, cool. This does pass a reality check. A boundary was broken, and now you get to deal with it with a cool head. Even if all you want to do is storm over there and rip them apart and scream in their faces, you have the opportunity to do this from a grounded place instead of a triggered and traumatic place. You know, punching the guy in the mouth feels right in the moment, but it doesn't end well. Trust me, I have done a lot of stupid shit from a place of trauma, from a place of trigger, from a place of, oh my God, I have to act right now and tell this bitch to get off of my man. It wasn't an enlightened act and I'm not proud of it, which is why I'm telling you, learn from my experience. It is not fun to live with regrets because you hurt someone who didn't need to be hurt. If you ask yourself, okay, hang on, reality check, are they actually breaking an agreement, or is it just that I'm experiencing jealousy? So say you look over and your partner is smiling, laughing, what we would call flirting with another person, but there's nothing that they're doing that is against your rules. There's no broken agreement. There's no actual injury. You don't have a rule in your relationship that she's not allowed to laugh at some other guy's joke. Then the opportunity is for you to ask yourself, whoa, what am I not feeling secure about? Maybe I'm feeling insecure about my ability to make her laugh. Maybe I'm feeling insecure because this guy's got great style and I'm here wearing my dingy. I'm over here wearing my dingy ass clothing and I feel very uncool when I look at this guy. Or maybe you're insecure about your ability to pleasure her and you're looking at this biker dude with his tattoos and his swagger and you're thinking, oh my God, this guy is definitely great at sex. Right now, she is definitely thinking about how she'd rather have sex with him than with me, and I am definitely going to lose her. Realize that that story is inside of your head, and even though it feels super real in the moment, it is not real. It's not reality. Even if literally you ask her later, were you thinking about having sex with that guy? And she says yes, but the way that you were thinking about it still isn't real. You're not a flippin' mind reader, so quit reading minds. All right, back to the plan. Number 3, use some tools to ground yourself in the moment. So this is how you avoid doing the crazy stuff that I have done and calling and screaming at people. Instead, you take some deep breaths. You take a walk, you journal out your thoughts. You write a letter 3 to 11 different times to your partner until you're actually calmed down. Don't do the thing that I was definitely guilty of doing where I would write all the crazy mean things I was going to say and call it processing. No, you can write that letter and then burn it up and then write another one that is way more tuned in and authentic to what you want to say. Instead of turning your focus outside of yourself, which is very tempting to do, turn your focus inside to yourself where your jealousy is arising from. I promise you the answers are in here. The answers are not out there. There's also a bajillion different ways to ground yourself. You can take a shower in the dark. You can sit outside in nature. You can just remind yourself of what date it is. You can use mindfulness tactics. You can leave the party and say, hey, I've got to go take care of myself. I'll connect with you tomorrow. Google grounding techniques. If none of those work for you, there are a million out there because we all need to do it from time to time. Number 4, take care of yourself. Not just by grounding in this instance, but really doing the actions that are going to build up your sense of security. This is not a one-time thing. This is a journey, but doing things that help you feel more secure in yourself. So go work on your motorcycle, go fix your favorite meal that only you know how to slay, go camping by yourself and survive in the wilderness. Do things that help you feel more secure in yourself, and then do things that help you feel more secure in your partnership. Remind yourself of the things that they do that show you love. So even though she's flirting with that guy right now, she lives with you, she loves you, she does your dirty laundry, she handles your dingy socks. She loves the crap out of you, even if she finds him funny. Remind yourself that your partner is trustworthy. I mean, only if they are trustworthy, but most of us who are in long-term relationships hopefully are with someone who we can trust. That's why we're with them. So if she has a long history of cheating with you on guys that she met at parties, maybe she's not trustworthy. But if you've been together and she's never cheated on you and she is laughing and hanging all over that guy, but you know for a fact that she's trustworthy, remind yourself that she is. Focus on the positive aspects of your relationship, which is going to be hard because your mind is going to be throwing all kinds of poop at you like an angry monkey, telling you how you are not safe and they cannot be trusted and you need to go over there and punch someone in the face right now. But if you are in a loving relationship, take a moment to remind yourself of the love that you feel for your partner. Do things that help you feel more secure with your partner that include them, like arranging a date night, arranging a trip out of town, arranging a surprise. Sometimes what you really need is just to feel confident in your partnership, and sometimes all that requires is taking care of your partnership. Sometimes seeing your lady flirting with another guy is a reminder that you haven't taken her out on a great date night and you haven't f***ed her brains out really hard recently, and so you're feeling a little bit like, oh no, maybe she wants biker dude to f*** her brains out. Shit, I gotta f*** her brains out. Oh man, I can't believe I let a whole week go by without f***ing her brains out. And if you're worried that you're not competent at f***ing her brains out, I made an entire course to teach you exactly how to do that. It's called She Comes To, and it is the Female Pleasure and Orgasm Masterclass. It walks you through the 4 stages of making love to a woman. I teach you all of my favorite techniques from oral sex to different positions, and I teach you exactly how to give her an orgasm through penetration. So if you're not feeling confident and secure about yourself as a lover, you don't have to twiddle your thumbs and hope that you just like get better, like call in your fairy godmother and just have her sprinkle some sex dust on you. You can actually take actions to get better in bed. Check out She Comes To. The link is in the description below. And then finally, remember to celebrate your success. Celebrate the fact that you didn't punch anybody in the face. Celebrate the fact that you were able to ground yourself. Celebrate the fact that you called a spade and you named jealousy right when you felt it and you dealt with it. Even if you had to leave the party, even if you had to write a mean letter, even if you had to take a shower, you rock. Congratulations for doing that. Celebrate your success. Celebrate that you have now become aware that you need to take your girlfriend or your wife on more dates. Like, hooray! Thank you, biker dude with the tattoos, for letting me know where I need to take better care of myself, where I need to go home and work on my own motorcycle, because that is what makes me feel secure. And I now know that my relationship needs a little tending to feel really, really strong and secure. Amazing. Celebrate the f*** out of yourself. If you have seen any of my videos or if you've ever watched any of my masterclasses, you know that celebrating is a huge and totally underused component to your success. All right, but what if, Caitlin, I tried everything and I am still jealous. I am stuck in the deepest, most jealous rut. I'm like you said that you were years ago, but I'm not getting anywhere. Remember, this takes time. I have been working on this stuff for a literal decade, and I still have plenty of work to do. This is something that comes from more than just ourselves. It comes from our culture. It comes from the movies that we watched as a kid, the myths and the legends that we all sign up for when we think about walking down the aisle and holy matrimony until death do us part. This comes to us from the wounding of our parents and our grandparents and their parents before them. It is deep. But I beg you to consider how beneficial it is for you to be working on this and healing it, not just for yourself, but for your parents and for your children and for generations in both directions, taking it on yourself to do the hard work of dealing with jealousy and with insecurity is so worthwhile. It's the best gift that you can give to yourself. If you need help with that, please, please, please apply for coaching with me and my team. There's a link to our coaching program, High Performance Male, in the link below. Also, if you are still struggling, I beg you, look into anxious attachment style. It might describe you, and if it does, there are plenty of prescribed things that you can do about it. And then finally, what if you're watching this because your partner is the jealous one? Like, you feel great. You actually know what compersion is. You feel joy when you see her over there giggling at some other guy's jokes. You're like, yes, hun, get that laughter. So happy to see you happy. Well, if your partner is the one that's experiencing jealousy, remember to love them, but establish healthy boundaries with them. Like, say they keep looking at your phone because they're convinced that you're cheating on them. They're super jealous and possessive. Put a passcode on your phone and let them know that you are not going to just be an open book because there's nothing for them to worry about. Now, of course, this only works if you are not secretly carrying on conversations with your ex from middle school, talking about the things that might have been and playing house together on weekends. Like, don't do that shit. If you're cheating, well, then this isn't the answer to it. Just quit that shit. Maybe look into non-monogamy. I have a great video on that. But Locke's keeping honest people honest is true, and it is just one example of a boundary that you might want to set in your relationship. Also, remind your partner and help them to feel secure in your relationship, but understand that you cannot make them feel secure. One of the quickest and best ways to diffuse jealousy in a situation is for you to go, oh my God, hun, that is so cute. Like, I love that you think that that woman was so attracted to me that she is secretly trying to suck my dick. That I love you for that. I love that you think I'm so attractive that that is happening. Like, diffusing it with unconditional love, or saying, oh, I know that you are really struggling right now because I have female friends that I spend time with, and I get it. Like, I understand that that makes you feel insecure, and my love for you is unconditional. Even if you get super wound up and you want to yell at me sometimes because you're so jealous, I love you regardless. You would be surprised. This shit is hard to do. I'm not saying that's easy to do. That's very difficult, but you will see that envious green monster just start to deflate in front of you, right in front of your eyes. All it takes is a little bit of love for jealousy to go away. And if your partner is a jealous man, have him apply for High Performance Male coaching. In summary, jealousy and insecurity do not have to run your world. They do not have to ruin your relationships. In fact, they need not ruin another moment of your precious time here on planet Earth. I have given you plenty of tools to ground, to ask yourself, have I really been injured here? And how to build up your own security so that you are more resilient in the face of your partner having fun. And I promise you from personal experience, you can get through this. If you need help, I'm happy to show you the way. Make sure you're subscribed. Take a second to check out Sheikums too, or apply for coaching. I love you so much. You have got this, and I will see you right here later. Mwah! Bye-bye.